Hey there, it's Nick, Hawaii Knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the laws of promotion in interviewing. So given that I have 20 years with this agency, I have applied for lots of positions and I have done my fair share of interviewing. So I want to bring to you my take on those things, promoting and interviewing. Because it can be a mystery and it can be a gut punch and it can rip your heart out. Trust me, I've been passed over for many positions that I know I was a great candidate for, and the feedback that I got from my panel, at times wasn't worth much, and so that's disappointing and disheartening. However, it is feedback, and we'll talk about that later in this video. But I just want to set that stage up that I've interviewed a lot, I've applied a lot, and in my current role, I'm the one that's setting up interviews and applications. So I want to talk about what's important from my experience. Okay, so 2 laws of promotion. If that's a question, what does it take to get a promotion? What does it take to get this position? What does it take for people to see me as a quality candidate for the position? Okay, so 2-part answer, but I'm only going to focus on the laws of promotion in this video. So one part is you've got to do an honest and brutal assessment of your knowledge, skills, and connections as it relates to the position that you're applying for. Okay, knowledge, skills, and connections. Notice I didn't say experience. Notice I didn't say how many years you have in. Notice I didn't say who are your friends that are involved in the process. Okay? Most of that anymore has very little value. Okay, so just because you have X amount of years in, don't rely on that as giving you any kind of a leg up in this process. Okay, I would rather have somebody with less years in that's way more coachable, has a better worth ethic, and is more trustworthy. That's my take on it. Okay, so the 2 laws of promotion. One is being faithful in the little things that you are responsible for. Okay? And then the other one is prosper where you are planted. 2 laws of promotion. If you do those things faithfully and over enough time, you will land a promotion, either within our agency or outside the agency. Okay? So let me tell you the 2 things again. Being faithful with the little things and prospering where you're planted. Faithful with the little things. What that means is, in your current position, in your status in life right now, the things that you are able to control, the things that you are able to influence, those are the things that have been entrusted to you. So are you taking care of them? Okay? If you are a GLC working the floor, faithful in the little things means being a good team player, following through with team decisions, doing the right thing even when it's not easy to do. It means having tough conversations with your primary youth, which also means you should be on board with having primary youth. It means documenting the things that you need to document in a timely manner. Okay? It means bringing to your supervisors and your leaders the questions and concerns that you have with the faith that help is there and available. Okay? It means helping your leaders and supervisors be better leaders and supervisors. Okay? It means managing your sick time. It means taking care of your personal life so that when you come to work, you can provide high value. Okay, those are all things that are involved with being faithful with the little things. The other thing is being to prosper where you're planted. So I've been guilty of this, and I hear people still today echo the same sentiment. Well, I'll do X when I land Y promotion, right? I don't get paid to do that kind of work. That's somebody else's job. Okay? There's, again, in my belief, there's a reason for the position that you have right now. And are you doing everything that you can to make that opportunity into a blessing for others? Prosper where you're planted. Okay? If your living unit doesn't have the best reputation right now, what can you do to turn that around? And there are things that you can do. So if the answer is nothing, that's not the right answer, right? So if nothing comes to your mind immediately or automatically, then you need to think about it. What can you do, faithful with the little things, that you can help turn the reputation of your unit around? Okay, make it a place that people want to come work. Make it the unit that people want to tumble into versus tumble out of, right? When overtimes come up, people want to work there, right? Prosper where you're planted. If you have an idea that you think would make things better on your unit, voice it, and be prepared to dig in and put legs to that idea, right? There's a lot of things that are in place right now in our agency, and specifically at McLaren, that at one point in time started out as one person's idea, and oftentimes that one person it was a GLC. So prosper where you're planted. Don't hold back. Don't wait for that promotion. Don't wait for you know most promotions equate to $200. Okay, $200. So when you are holding back on being able to give all that you can give, what you're saying is $200 is all it takes to keep you at bay. Okay, that if I just had $200 more a month, then I would do all this other stuff, and I'd be a rock star, and I'd help this many more people out. I mean, I get it. We need money to support, you know, who we are and our personal goals. I'm not saying that isn't important, but I'm also saying prosper where you're planted. That's the way to get a promotion, right? If that $200 means that much to you, then prosper where you're planted. Don't hold back. Okay, get involved. There's lots of things. There's lots of employee type groups that are involved that are necessary on campus. Get involved. Okay, put yourself out there. Do extra things. Prosper where you're planted. Okay, if you look around and say, well, this facility is not going well. This unit, man, this unit is terrible. I just can't wait to get out of here. That's not a way to be faithful in the little things or prosper where you're planted. Okay. All right. Those are the 2 laws of promotion. And I think those come from Jim Rohn, to be honest, so you can look for those. They've been around for a long time. They've been taught through multiple generations of people, and you can choose to believe them or not. You know, that's up to you. That's about your mindset. Okay. I can tell you from my experience, it's absolutely true. I can tell you that I can list off a whole slew of people that have done those 2 things, whether they realized they were doing it or not, and promotions have come their way. Okay. All right, switching gears to interviewing. Okay, I always encourage you to apply for any position that you qualify for. Heck, apply for ones that you don't qualify for, and then find out why you don't qualify for them, and tune up your resume, tune up your application, learn to fill in those gaps so that you do qualify for it, right? But interview for everything that comes up that is a promotion. Okay, and the one reason for that is because it will give you exposure to more people. Okay, you don't know who's going to be on those panels. It may be somebody that you don't know. It may be somebody that represents a different part of the agency or the campus. And by nature of interviewing, you're going to be able to show them who you are and what you're about. Okay. And even if you don't get that position, you're still planting a seed in their mind for the future. Okay. So even if you don't get picked, there's a lot of people applying for a lot of things, and unfortunately it comes down to a person that gets picked. That doesn't mean that there weren't dozens of other highly qualified candidates, right? It's just that you got to pick one person. So, and I know it stings, and I know that it's a letdown. Just trust the process there. Okay. Continue to apply, continue to interview, be faithful in the little things, prosper where you planted, be able to speak to those things in your interview through the questions that are being asked. At the end of your interview, it's usually customary to provide you some time for you to ask questions of the panel. Okay, take advantage of that time, right? Ask them questions like, what would be some 90-day goals attached to this position? What would you hope would be accomplished by the person that gets into this position in the first 90 days? Ask questions like, what is the supervision style that the leader of this position has? Okay. Ask, or this is also your opportunity to communicate that you're a trustworthy person. Okay, that's probably goal number one in an interview, is being able to establish to the panel that you are trustworthy. Okay, so be able to speak to that. Talk about being faithful in the little things, in prospering where you planted. Okay, those things may not be automatically linked to the questions that they ask. Okay, but it's your opportunity to infuse those things at the end of the interview. I also encourage you to take your own notepad to the interview, so that way when they provide you questions, you're able to take notes. You can use your notes that you wrote down on your own notepad during the course of the interview. That's totally okay, right? And then also write down the names of the people that were on the interview panel and what their role is, okay? And the reason for that is twofold. I started this video out saying knowledge, skills, and connections. Well, there's an opportunity to connect with some people that you may not know very well, but if you don't even remember what their names are and what their role is and how you can contact them, you didn't do a very good job establishing some new connections there. Okay, so write down their names, what they do, and how you can get a hold of them. Because after your interview, you're going to do two things. You're going to send them all a handwritten card and or note thanking them for the opportunity to interview. Okay, you're going to do that. And you're also going to write a congratulations note and or card to the person who got the position. Okay, you're going to do that if you're serious about your career, if you're serious about providing value to the work that you do, if you're serious about building up a culture of people having each other's backs. Okay, if you're serious about building up a culture that includes celebrating success and achievement. Okay, that's all part of having an abundance mindset as well. You've got to have an abundance mindset if you're going to survive and thrive and work like this. Okay. All right, I'm going to end this video here. It's about 15 minutes. Just my kind of summary and take around laws of promotion and some tips for interviewing. So if this was a helpful video, let me know. Leave me a comment or question in the space below the video. If you didn't like it, let me know that too. I can take the feedback. Okay. Oh, wait, that's right, feedback. So when you have your debrief with your interview panel, right, and they give you feedback related to why you didn't get to the position, write it down and develop an action plan to shore up any deficiencies that are there. Okay, that's an afterthought. Should have plugged it in, but that's what I would say. And accept the feedback for what it is. Okay, don't get wrapped up into trying to prove them that they're wrong. Accept the feedback for what it is, and be prepared for next time. All right. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Nick with OYA Knowledge.